Have you ever stopped to think how a car can be so advanced that it ends up destroying the very brand that created it? And what if I told you that one of the most impressive supercars of the 1990s did not save a legend of the automotive world, but was exactly the reason for its downfall? Today Bugatti is synonymous with extreme luxury and insane speed. But before the Veyron existed, there was a car that promised all of that first and paid a very high price for it. This is the story of the Bugatti EB110, the supercar that broke Bugatti. To understand the impact of the EB110, we need to go back a few decades. The original Bugatti, founded by Ettore Bugatti, was known for refined cars, fast cars, and almost artistic engineering. But after World War II, the brand went into decline and practically disappeared. For years, Bugatti became just a legendary name from the past, respected, but without a real future. Everything changes at the end of the 1980s, when an Italian businessman named Romano Ardioli decides to revive Bugatti. And he did not want to simply bring the brand back. He wanted to create the most advanced car in the world, not the best value, not the most beautiful, but the most technological, the fastest, and the most sophisticated possible. The idea was simple and at the same time dangerous. If Bugatti came back, it would come back at the top. The result of this obsession was the Bugatti EB110, presented in 1991, exactly on the day Ettore Bugatti would have turned 110 years old. And the car truly looked like something from the future, while Ferrari and Lamborghini were still using relatively traditional solutions. The EB110 featured a carbon fiber monocoque chassis, something almost non-existent in road cars at that time. That alone already placed Bugatti years ahead of the competition. The engine was another absurd detail, a 3.5-liter V12 with 4 turbochargers, something completely out of the ordinary for the early 1990s. This engine delivered over 550 horsepower in the GT version and exceeded 600 horsepower in the Super Sport version. And it did not stop there. The EB110 had all-wheel drive, a 6-speed manual transmission, and was capable of exceeding 340 kilometers per hour, numbers that left any supercar of the era far behind. In theory, the EB110 was perfect, cutting-edge engineering, insane performance, and a legendary name on the bodywork. The problem was that all of this came with a massive cost. Developing such a complex car required enormous investments. The factory built in Campo Galliano, Italy, was practically a temple of engineering, equipped with state-of-the-art technology, extremely expensive processes, and a structure more suitable for an industrial giant than for a reborn brand. Each EB110 was extremely expensive to produce. Carbon fiber was still experimental, the quad-turbo engine required specialized maintenance, and the assembly process was almost artisanal. The final price reflected that. The EB110 cost far more than a Ferrari or Lamborghini of the time, and the market simply was not ready for it. To make matters worse, the car was born at the wrong moment. The early 1990s were marked by a strong global economic crisis. The supercar market shrank, buyers disappeared, and traditional brands began to feel the impact. For a newly revived Bugatti, without recent history and without a solid customer base, this was almost a fatal blow. Even though it was incredible, the EB110 sold very little, and each unit sold did not mean profit, but more costs. Bugatti spent more developing, producing, and maintaining operations than it was able to recover from sales. The obsession with technical perfection turned into a massive financial problem. In 1995, only 4 years after the launch of the EB110, Bugatti went bankrupt. The car that was supposed to mark the definitive rebirth of the brand ended up becoming the symbol of its second collapse. In total, just over 130 units of the EB110 were produced, making the model extremely rare and highly valuable today. The most ironic part is that the EB110 was not a bad car. On the contrary, it was too good for its time. Many of the solutions it introduced would only become standard in supercars decades later. When the Volkswagen Group acquired Bugatti in the late 1990s and launched the Veyron, several EB110 ideas finally found the right market, at the right time, with the necessary financial support. This raises an interesting question. Was the EB110 a mistake, or was it simply born too early? Bugatti bet everything on engineering, but forgot something essential. A car can be technically perfect and still fail commercially. Innovation without financial sustainability can be just as dangerous as a lack of innovation. Today, the Bugatti EB110 is remembered as a misunderstood masterpiece. A car that showed the future, but charged a price too high for those who tried to bring it into reality. It did not kill Bugatti's legacy, but it proved that not all brilliance survives without planning. And if you enjoy this type of content about the history, technology, and curiosities of the automotive world, make sure to follow the Hidden Speed channel so you do not miss the next videos. Here, passion for cars goes far beyond the steering wheel.